Hello everybody, welcome to my Witcher 2 modding guide. So we're going to go through some basics, and I want to emphasize the word basic here on how to mod your Witcher 2 game. So first of all, let's talk about where we get mods from. So you're obviously going to come over to the Nexus mods for the Witcher 2. I only used 4 for my game. You probably can fit more in, but the more you fit in, the more you're going to kind of have to track the files that you're using, and I'll explain more about that in a minute as we go through. But so better textures, as you can see, this kind of just makes things look a little better as you're in the game. It's quite cool. You got dynamic HUD, which is quite nice. Just makes things kind of a bit tidier whilst you're moving around, so it makes it so that this fades in and out a bit more, which is quite nice. Medallion Cooldown, just as a convenience thing, and the same for crafting items as well. It just means you don't have to keep on kind of emptying your bags every time you want to carry something, which is quite handy. It means you can't carry like unlimited weapons, but you can carry plenty of crafting gear. It's pretty handy. Just because I didn't want to download anything that was going to be like game breaking. But anyway, once you've picked out a mod, obviously what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to come to the download page. As you can see, these are all manual downloads. So I've already downloaded our better textures here. So you're going to want to come into this. Oh, it's already kind of done the weird thing. Right, and then you're going to want to extract it so that you can start modding with it. So you'll extract it. I always extract mine onto the desktop, so we can get rid of this now. Just kind of so I can show you guys what happens next. So this is my extracted file on the desktop. So here, for example, it's gonna be right there. Look, and that's this. And this gives us the cooked PC file. Now, in addition, you're then going to want to come over to your game file, right? Now I find it easier to do it from the outside of the game, so you're going to see what I'm going to do here. In fact, I'll show you why. So this PC, here's my E drive. Don't worry about the Final Fantasy VII disk thing. That's from modding Final Fantasy VII. That's a bit weird. Steam apps common, and then we have the Witcher 2 file. In here you'll see there's already a cooked PC file, and that's the one that's going to have all the mods in. Now it seems to me that it works easier if you just put this in here like this. Give it a second to load. And it should decide there's loads of items that it wants to replace. Now whilst it's doing that, I just want to explain that when you... So if we take a look in here, for example, environment levels, architecture. I just want to get to a file. So when you see these files here, so replace files and destination, yes. What you want to make sure you're doing is not modding the same file more than once. Just because so let me explain this for a second. Each of these mods obviously will affect a file within the game. This is kind of more, so it's less relevant for textures, obviously, because the texture is a texture. Something like dynamic HUD, which, if we look into here, look, this one will have these files. If another mod is going to change those files, then dynamic HUD will stop working. Or if you obviously do dynamic HUD afterwards, then another mod will stop working. So you just want to make sure that you're not modding over the same files. So you don't end up breaking your game, basically. Now, I don't think it's much of an issue, particularly if you're just downloading like individual mods and stuff for the game. I know these 4 obviously definitely work because that's what I've been using, but just be careful about putting lots in and trying to keep track of not doing mods that do similar things because they're likely to interfere with each other. Once, obviously, it's replaced the files in its target area, the cooked PC file, then the mod's ready to go and it's working. And that is basically how you mod the Witcher 2. I don't think, or don't know, should I say, whether or not the Nexus Mod Manager works with it. As far as I can tell, most of them are pretty manual. So you are going to need to do this with any mod that you decide you want to use. And again, so there we go. Look, environment levels, decorations, dice, right? So just be careful. I mean, with textures, it's not going to be a problem, but anything other than textures, you're going to want to be careful about. I can't think of anything else that I need to tell you guys other than this is where you find the file. You just drag and drop files into here. I always find it easier from the outside, but just make sure that it's going into cooked PC. So if you happen to come across one that doesn't have it in there, did I see one just a second ago that actually had that? I think I did. Right, let's have a look. Dynamic HUD. Yeah, so Dynamic HUD doesn't actually have the cooked PC file, right? So in that case, you would want to actually come into your cooked PC file and drop it in here. And I think that one should actually be in here. So here we go, dynamic hood look.zip. So just make sure they are in your cooked PC folder, unless something somewhere says otherwise. But all of mine, that's how they work. So hopefully this was helpful for some of you guys. I apologize that I can't give you guys like support or anything with the games if you guys start trying to like cross other mods and stuff. But hopefully this was helpful and helps you make your Witcher 2 look a little prettier. Hopefully I'll catch you all in the next video. See you then.